Oh dang, okay. Holy cow.
So I'm not really an e-bike guy. I've never even ridden an e-bike, but I got an e-bike. I've never even ridden that e-bike for that matter. I built it up late last night, stepped over it briefly to get the cockpit set up. So this will be the absolute first time I've ever ridden an e-bike, and if you're e-bike curious, this one's for you.
I don't know how well you can see this on the wide angle, but there's an absolute river of birds going over right now. It's been going over for like 2 minutes straight. Middle-aged, probably above average fitness level for my age because I ride 3 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week, and when I'm not riding, I'm at the gym or I'm running. I've run marathons. I take pride in being healthy and physically fit, so always working out, always staying in shape. Okay, so this is the power. Green, it's on. Not sure what that button does. Looks like our power levels are blue, green, and orange. Maybe this is push assist. Alright, so we're on. Let's put it in something here. Blue, we're in blue. Alright, feel it kicking in. It's a pretty sweet feeling. You know, you have ideas of what pedal assist is going to feel like, but honestly, this lowest mode feels perfectly adequate for probably the majority of the riding that I do. Let's take it up a level. What do you say? We're in green. All right. Dang, dude, we almost did a burnout. Cornering's weird. Cornering's going to take some getting used to climbing. All right, let's put it in IndyCar mode. Oh, dang. Okay. Holy cow. Can't imagine why you would want anything more than that. Pretty impressive if you ask me. Okay, I'm more of a pedal grinder kind of guy, but I feel like you almost have to spin to get this motor up and cooking for you. I could be wrong because I don't really know what I'm talking about. All right, like I said at the opening of the video, I'm not an e-bike guy whatsoever. I take the steps 99% of the time over the elevator. I tell the family, hey, I'll see you on floor or whatever floor we're going to. They get on the elevator, I book it to the steps. I race either up them or down them to beat them to that floor, catch my breath, say hello, and tell them why the steps are superior to the elevator. I got technology in my car, never even touched. Lots of digital screens that I've never even gone into, and I don't care to. I probably use 10% of the technology on my iPhone, never used Siri or whatever it is. So when it comes to life, I just feel like I don't need assistive technology. You know, I know that there are people that do, and that's cool. But for me, I like to keep it simple, and I like to kind of just do things myself. And while I'm not really an e-bike guy, here's the other thing about me. I don't care what other people do. If it doesn't hurt me, hurt others, or, you know, damage something somebody worked on like trails or whatever, I don't care what you're riding. You could pass me on an electric pogo stick and I would not care. So my first impressions on the bike, okay, I'm coming from Propain Sresh, which is 160, 170 heavy enduro bike. That girl weighs about a handful of cookies, over 36 pounds. This one here came in just under 44 pounds. But as I just ride it here, the motor's turned off. It doesn't feel a whole lot different than my Tai. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm hauling around that extra weight. This is a little bit of a shorter travel bike in my opinion. This is the best travel range right here at 150 and 160. So basically I'm just basing my first impressions on the weight of the bike because a lot of the rest is, you know, relatively similar. I probably could have no problem riding this bike should the battery die without any power assist. Like, it rolls that nicely. So let's take it easy, we'll take it slow. I have a knack for crashing on new bikes the first time they're out. So here, look at this. I just realized I'm climbing and I forgot to even engage the motor. So I guess we'll just leave this on all the time, at least in that setting. Gotta remember, you still gotta switch gears. All right. I love climbing my bike to the point where I've actually taken my bike to, I've driven my bike specifically to hills just to climb them. Even on the road, I'll take my mountain bike to just do long road climbs. And I enjoy the process of grinding it out and making it to the top. Which leads me to the point, so why did I buy an e-bike? Well, I bought an e-bike because to me, there's nothing more valuable in life than time. I mean, time holds more value than money to me. Something that we can never get more of. You know, time is a bank account that's always getting smaller. And while you can't deposit more funds into the time bank account, you can do your best to reduce how much you take from it. All right, we put it into Radical Rick mode. So anyway, a lot of the places I ride, I'll drive an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, even 4 hours to ride a trail system that's mainly just enduro type stuff, where the climbing is this stuff, double track, you know, old dirt roads, fire roads, that sort of thing. And I recognized that, so I'd spend 3 hours in the car to get there, and then every time I wanted to do a descent, I'd commit to like a half an hour, 40 minutes, you know, 20 minutes, whatever it is, to the climb to get there. And when you add all that up, it's incredibly wasteful in my mind. You know, when I have other obligations too, right? My main goal in buying an e-bike was a way to speed up, you know, those time wasted segments where I'm just climbing dirt roads and stuff, okay? I'm not trying to beat anybody's Strava segment going up a dirt road. You know, I'm not trying to go to, you know, an XC trail and do burnouts in front of riders. Here's another funny thing. I'm so much not an e-bike guy that I elected not to get the digital LCD display for this. It just felt, having a computer on my handlebars just felt too new school to me. So I like the simplicity of minimalism on my handlebars. And I just feel like with that screen, there's just more stuff that can go wrong, and I don't want to have to worry about things going wrong. So normally I'm a slow rider, and I like to ride slow and pop hard and really pull for stuff. I'm gonna see if I can still do that on this heavy girl here. Let's see how well we can blaze up this hill. My pedal's squeaking. I've had a bunch of one-up aluminum pedals. The first ones I ever had squeaked so bad that they sent me replacement pedals. All right, let's get after it. Don't want to overshoot this. We got a brake for that. There we go. Usually I clear this gap right there. I'll try that next time. The big girl handles pretty good in the air. I feel the stabilization of the weight for sure. Oh, so we're climbing up to the next trail. We got it in green mode, which is middle mode, whatever you want to call that. Feeling pretty easy breezy. But here's the thing, so I ride my Tai enduro bike exclusively, whether it's XC trails or whether it's at the downhill bike park. So when I'm at the downhill bike park and folks go by me on their super long travel, super slacked out, high-tech geo downhill bikes. I don't look at them and think, wimp, why do you need to soften all the bumps, you know? Why do you need to mute all the impacts? Likewise, when I'm on my 36-pound downhill casing tires, riding XC trails. But when guys come by me on their ultralight XC bikes with their fast rolling tires, you know, and everything's carbon and their outfits are super aero, I don't look at them and be like, why do you need to make XC trails so much easier with all that technology? That never once crosses my mind. So to me, I can't comprehend why people judge e-bikes the way that they do. I guess we'll put her in blue mode. I don't know. Too much to think about, modes and gears and stuff. Caution, not like trail. Okay, that's good news. So I guess I'm gonna have to download an app or something because I have no indication on how much battery I've used. Because this is not a review, I'm not gonna comment on the battery life. I've got nothing to compare it to, so I'm not gonna act like I know anything about that. As I ride this in future videos, I'll explain whether the battery life is enough for me to get my full use out of it, or if it feels like it cuts me short in some areas. But I won't know until I got a bunch of rides under my belt. Start to climb, that usually keeps me from riding that trail. It's not steep, it's not technical, but it's long and meandering, lots of switchbacks, and it's what you're looking at here. The name of the game is just to pedal, to dig deep for a long period of time. I don't know if it's the stickier rubber or just the lack of a fender, but every little stone and rock is just getting pitched right up in my face. As I got to the top here, the wind is picking up a little bit. I want to say that in green mode, which is middle mode, I guess, absolute effortless game changer. It's going to really change how I ride places like this. It's quite astonishing, actually. Maybe I'll start using the elevator, who knows. But with that being said, I kept it into green mode because I didn't want to drink too early at the party and crash out before things got fun. So I was fearful that if I keep it in orange mode or boost mode or high power mode or IndyCar mode, whatever it's called, I'm fearful that my battery's going to die quicker than I would have ever thought, and my heart would be broken, and I would miss the party, and wake up in the morning full of regrets. I swear, every time I pop in the air, like a rock comes up with me. Woohoo! There's a rock just floating in front of my goggles like I have 0 G's. The wind riding right into it. One thing I notice with the heavier bike is I like to pop off ellipse. This heavier bike definitely is more sluggish popping off ellipse, so I'm gonna pop a little harder, maybe ride less slow. Yeah, I'm slow getting used to things, so I usually hate new things at first. And I know I gotta get used to things, so far so good, I don't hate that. I swear, every time there's a rock, maybe there's a rock in my goggles. God, there it is. Woo! Here you go. Ah, slipped my foot. So normally this little climb here is my main jam. It's what slows me up. It's what I frequent the most. And we're making quick work of this thing. Wow. Absolutely insane. So here's another thing about me. I ride super early in the morning because, again, I got tons of other stuff to do. I got tons of obligations and stuff. And riding early in the morning lets me get all my riding out of the way. I get my medicine in the morning. I feel great the rest of the day. But the problem with that is I don't shuttle, so I can't rely on people to shuttle. All the climbs I do in all the enduro areas that I ride, I do all those climbs. I can't imagine waiting for a shuttle to arrive and doing the car math. I would just as soon get on the bike and pedal up the hill before I would go through all that. With that being said, I think I got my shuttle here. So we're about to get out of here because this wind is picking up, but man, absolutely insane. I'm blown away. I'm delighted by the e-bike. Still not an e-bike guy. I'm not gonna argue e-bikes over bikes. Shakedown run was great. Absolutely love it. It does everything that I hoped it would. I'm getting used to it super quick, which is cool. Again, I don't care what anybody rides. This is my user case for this. I think it's hard to argue against it. You're good. I'll see you guys. I'll stay out of your way. I'm just gonna do one more run through. Right into the wind. I'm not liking the tires. I don't think I like. Ooh. I don't think I like these tires. Alright, so that was the conclusion of my shakedown ride for the first time ever being on an e-bike. Those were all my initial thoughts. I love it. I gotta get used to a little bit of the jumping aspect of it. It is super stable in the air, but coming off the lip it's a little bit more sluggish. But I'm less of a speeder off the lip, more of a popper off the lip. So maybe that's only like an issue that I have. Again, I'll probably get used to it, so I won't even notice it. Love the bike. If you have any questions, let me know. Love to hear from you. In the meantime, consider liking and subscribing. Appreciate all that stuff. Take care.